A week ago, Edgeley Park was underwater and Stockport County had to put their dreams of cup glory on hold. Tonight it's been a close call again, but they're counting on a £12,000 pitch transplant. Stockport are ready for the biggest night in the club's history as they take on Premiership Middlesbrough. Stockport may be modestly second division, but their cup form has been thrillingly first class.
It's an own goal. Here by Bennett. Oh, and Stockport County are in front through Angell now.
Armstrong into tune of Dinnick's pass, has stolen away from Monkow. It's Alan Armstrong for Stockport, and Max has scored with his first touch.
Middlesbrough have cost a fortune but proved poor value in the Premiership. In this competition, though, they've mixed it with the very best.
Still with a little Brazilian, into the middle, it's all over now, and it's Fabrizio Ravanelli.
Fox is up there, trying to provide a target. It's two. It's Vickers.
Good evening, it's the year of the underdog in the Cup. The big question mark here tonight, can Stockport continue their giant killing run? Well, Ron Atkinson and John Barnes are with me. We look forward to hearing their views at half-time. But we're bang up against kick-off time here, so let's join our commentary team of Kevin Keegan and, first of all, Brian Moore.
Thanks a lot, Bob. Good evening to everybody. It's certainly a rotten night, as you can see, but the company's pretty good. Well, Stockport's greatest night, also their strongest side. To the full fitness in midfield now of Chris Marsden, and in defence of their skipper Mike Flynn. They'll certainly relish this contest, and none more so than their two dangerous strikers, Brett Angell and Alan Armstrong, between them 30 goals this season. Middlesbrough no doubt hoping that their class will tell on such a difficult night, but they are missing the class of Juninho, who's required for a Brazilian international, and they're without their key defender Steve Vickers, who's injured. Nigel Pearson returns to the defence. He's had 4 months out with a neck injury, and Brazilian Emerson, suspended from the Premiership, returns in midfield for this one, and in goal, making his first appearance for Middlesbrough, a giant Australian goalkeeper, Mark Schwarzer, signed in the last week from Bradford. A referee, David Ellery from Harrow. It was certainly a difficult job for him in the last couple of hours or so before he was able clearly to say the pitch is fit for play. He took everything into account. The safety of the players, the integrity of the game, and so on. And in fact, both captains have said, yep, we are quite happy with this. And indeed, it doesn't look a bad surface, although the rain is still piling down. Middlesbrough in red shirts, white shorts, Stockport County in blue. And really the scenario for a great night of cup football. Very dangerous underdogs, as you've seen, Stockport. Slightly vulnerable, big names, Middlesbrough. A pitch that is still a little bit dicey, although, as Bob was saying, they've replanted a fair bit of it. Ravanelli there, who scored 7 times in the Coca-Cola Cup in 4 ties. And need I tell you, a really passionate crowd here at Edgeley Park. As Gannon takes this free kick. It bypasses Emerson, he doesn't get a hold to it. Marsden getting it to Durkan, and the cross coming. Angell was looking hard for that one, knocked in again. The little Portuguese on the far side there, Cavaco. And Stockport have started in the means that they mean to go on. They get a corner which Marsden will take. Gannon's up from the back. A long cross towards him, and knocked away by Cox for another corner. Neil Cox happy to put that one behind. So a storming start for Stockport, looking for a goal that could mean so much. Early thoughts, Kevin?
Well, a tremendous start for Stockport, and it's really set up for a great tie, Brian. I mean, the pitch is not perfect, but even the San Siro at some time a couple of years ago was like this, so it won't be that unusual for a couple of the imports like Ravanelli, but a great start, and they're dangerous, this Stockport side. In the air
by Bennett. In the end, Middlesbrough get it away. Marsden again. Makes so many things tick for Stockport in the middle of the field. Coming in again. A throw to Middlesbrough. Emerson will take it. Oh, he's going to leave it instead for Curtis Fleming. Something like 16 cup ties for Stockport this season. They've lost only one to Birmingham City in the FA Cup. And as you heard at the start, they've already seen off Blackburn, they've seen off West Ham, they've seen off Southampton, and they're really coming strong here against Middlesbrough, who are defending as hard as they can do. Ravanelli amongst them, right back there defending. Beck just gets the ball back to him. And knocked back by Sean Connolly. Paul Jones with a long clearance. Ignat, Emerson. This is a good, powerful run by the Brazilian. And Ravanelli. But little Lee Todd gets in there for Stockport. Armstrong knocks it back. Cavaco. Emerson in here again. Schwarzer with the clearance. As you would expect, a furious pace, high excitement here, and terrific anticipation and expectation. Festa. Cox towards Ravanelli. Good strong challenge though by Flynn. Fleming will get in there first. Knocks it back to Schwarzer. Beck will go for this one, the Dane. Flynn, the Stockport captain. Fleming knocking it inside. Oh, Pearson. It's a tough one there by him, and the ball stuck up a little bit.
There'll be a tremendous contest here between Alan Armstrong and Brett Angell for Stockport, and Pearson certainly will relish that. I've not seen a lot of Festa, but apparently he's been playing really, really well, so that could be a crucial area, Brian.
Festa with enormous experience in Italy before he came from Inter Milan, and it's the sort of experience that he really needs sorely, and Middlesbrough needed on a night like this. Angell getting it back to Marsden. Now here's Festa hitting it long towards Ravanelli. Good strong challenge that time by Festa. Fleming on the far side. Won't get a moment's peace here tonight, Middlesbrough.
Well, that's what, Brian, that's what they've got to do, Stockport. If they start trying to play them at their own game, they'll lose. There's so much talent in this Middlesbrough side, as we found out Newcastle in the 4th round.
Ravanelli's down injured for the moment. Took a clatter there. Beck getting some support. Ravanelli still down. Stockport in possession. David Ellery having a look to see whether he's fit to go on. He's on his feet again. Stamp. Paul Jones out of his goal. Ravanelli having a word there with the referee as well. Felt that he was aggrieved and injured there by the challenge. Festa. Chases on again. Armstrong, who's quick. Ravanelli. When he arrived here, he wasn't too keen to play, to be honest with you. He went onto the pitch and he was saying to the crowd around him, "You surely can't play on this." At the time, it was absolutely throwing it down. It's relented a little now. Emerson towards Beck, knocked it down well. Ravanelli trying to steal in there, but Flynn was well aware of him, and this is Cavaco, the Portuguese. Hit long, no foul.
That's Alan Armstrong there, he makes those runs so well. I sold him to this club for £25,000. I know a lot of clubs are looking at him, and he's got a lot of courage, Brian. That's his biggest strength for me. Not so much pace, he's got decent pace, but he's certainly not short on the courage stage.
Oh, good play there by young Lee Todd. Festa. Again Armstrong hustling him. Well, this is the lad who came from Newcastle. Kevin sold him here to Stockport. He came with glowing references, they tell me here from you, though, Kevin.
Yeah, Danny Begara asked me about him, and I said, look, you know, I don't know if he's good enough for here. In fact, I'm pretty sure. I mean, comparing what we had, but he certainly proved a great buy for them.
High one for the keeper, Schwarzer. Good safe pair of hands. And a long throw out to try and release Emerson. Up to Ravanelli. Fleming. Middlesbrough trying to put one or two things together after that storming opening by Stockport, but still 0-0. Hicknett trying to get Ravanelli in. It's Mike Flynn, the skipper. Ravanelli's throw. Ravanelli again. And they get a corner.
The one thing for sure with Ravanelli, Brian, is that he may not have been too keen to play, but once he goes out there, he's a tremendous professional, and I think he's been one of the successes in terms of the Foreign Legion that's come to England. He's certainly added to our game.
Here comes the corner. Banged away quite comfortably there by Connolly, I think it was. Marsden. Todd. This is Bennett. Once to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Marsden. Knocked forward again. Durkan's after it.
Very, very difficult for a keeper. What an amazing story this is. This guy's only been in this country 4 months, and he's changed hands for £1 million profit almost, and that's how quick and instant football is today, Brian.
Absolutely. He came in November to Bradford. And even up until yesterday, he was still with the Australian side, training down at Bisham Abbey with Terry Venables, and then joined his teammates. Difficult game for anybody to be pitched into, but Australians normally don't lack a good deal of self-confidence. And he's a big lad, 6'4", has had a lot of experience in Germany as well with Kaiserslautern and Dynamo Dresden. Flying ahead of there from Nigel Pearson. Now, will they get in behind Cox? No, Schwartz is there again.
The one player I'm really looking at on this surface to shine through as the game goes on is Emerson. I think he's so strong, Brian, this player. Really impressed me at St James's Park early in the season against Newcastle when he ran the midfield on an attacky pitch. So he's the one who's got the strength.
Now, Armstrong getting away. Angell's trying to get up there with him. Cavaco too. This is Bennett. That's not a bad shot, and the keeper got down well. And an excellent attack by Stockport. A really good attack, showing a lot of imagination across the line there. Bennett coming in, started there by Armstrong, and here comes Bennett.
And he gets a slight deflection, yes. Brian, and that's a good early touch for a keeper. It wasn't as easy as he made it look. The amazing thing is, Middlesbrough usually play with a back five, don't they, with the full-backs pushed on, and they've got a flat back four, and they've been caught out once or twice early on.
Marsden battling. Todd. Durkan. Festa. Straight to Bennett again, planting it forward. So the substitutes for Stockport, Andy Much, Tony Denning and John Jeffers, and for Middlesbrough, Vladimir Kinder, the Slovakian, Clayton Blackmore and the young goalkeeper Ben Roberts. This tie, remember, over 2 legs, the second one to come up at Riverside on March 18, fortnight tonight. Free kick to Stockport. Jim Gannon with it. Once of Sheffield United. Bennett. Marsden to Bennett. Tobacco's on the far side. Tried to play it in early that time. Fleming.
You've got to be impressed class with Stockport in these early moments of the game. They've really taken the game to Middlesbrough, and they play some lovely football, Brian. Great credit to the division they're from. I mean, they're not knocking it long and charging, but most of the time it's on the floor and they're playing.
That's a good long throw of Flynn's as well. Touched in. Goal kick. Yes, Dave Jones, the Stockport manager, was saying the other day, when we were at our best on this pitch in front of our own crowd, we are a match for anyone. And he's done a terrific job with Stockport County. There he is, centre of the picture. Andy Much, one of the subs alongside him. Well, Angell offside there against Armstrong.
Yeah, Alan Armstrong's a perfect foil for Brett Angell. You know, Brett Angell's strong and he'll battle away, and I mean Pearson will stand up to that, but he'll win as much as he loses against Pearson because he is a big lad. But Armstrong making these runs is tremendous. That's his strength. Little runs in behind people and across people.
Cox heading it forward. Chested down though by Gannon, knocked forward by Todd. Emerson again, a little touch. Play for the goal kick. I agree with you about Emerson, though. I think Brian Robson, from what I've heard, had a really good strong talk with him today to say, look, you are a class player and you've really on a night like this got to go out and show everybody just how classy you are.
Yeah, he's more than capable of that, Brian. I mean, I really hope he can sort out whatever problems he had that made him want to go away, because I think he, again, is a tremendous asset to the Premier League, and they're the sort of players who want to come over here and stay 3 or 4 years and show us what they can do. It's no good coming for a year. I think the biggest disappointment with Klinsmann was that he only stayed a year.
Yes.
And this guy's got it all.
Well, Copacabana Beach it isn't, but Brian Robson has, well, certainly Middlesbrough will hope, has got him inspired tonight.
Some parts of the pitch are like the Copacabana.
Well, they are a bit, yes. Well, he's kept that in well, as Armstrong. Brett Angell's in there. And, my goodness, Cavaco was right in there too. Here he comes. There's the cross. They claim a handball against Emerson. The referee agrees. And this is a free kick to Stockport on the edge of the box.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision, Brian, but the pitch probably beat him there, and he's not arguing with it, he's just getting on with it.
Now this could be a problem.
Tremendous atmosphere here. I mean, this is what cup football is all about.
Gannon's in there, Flynn will be in there somewhere. Brett Angell's got a terrific record, good header of ball. It needs a good delivery. Well, it's Connolly who banged it against the ranks of red shirts there. Played on again. Armstrong's going for this, but again, very alert coming off his line was Mark Schwarzer. I knew this goalkeeper's no slouch either. Paul Jones, terrific career with Wolves, recently in the Welsh squad against the Republic of Ireland. Quality keeper at this end as well. Cox getting it up to Beck. Stamp towards Ravanelli. Shrugged off that challenge there, but not that one there. And Todd is called to the referee, and Ravanelli is saying, I didn't dive. Todd was accusing him of diving. Ravanelli says no, the referee will want the last word. Chase
I think
there.
The referee's right, Brian, as well. That's nowhere near the ball.
And Ravanelli, there's no need for him to go on talking to the referee. He'll just talk himself into trouble, which is exactly what he's done.
What's upset him, though, is they're saying he dived, but actually, sometimes, Brian, if you don't dive, you hurt yourself even more. He's going over the touchline, he's probably going into the hoarding, so he just goes down. That's a shame, really.
Yeah. But he's brought it on himself. The actual yellow card, but he's brought on himself, hasn't he?
Yeah, but it's a shame because he didn't do anything wrong. He's got a yellow card other than argue.
With the corner, with the free kick. Fox at Pamoko on the far side. Goal kick. But I must say, when you look at Ravanelli and remember him on that wonderful Roman night in the Olympic Stadium there last summer when he scored for Juventus against Ajax in the final of the Champions League. I wonder what odds you'd have got if you'd said, look, within 9 months you'll be playing in a major cup tie at Stockport.
Yes, that's football. It's an incredible game and always throwing up things like that. And the day it stops doing that, then it won't be the game it is.
Talking of odds, Ladbrokes tonight make him the favourite to score the first goal at 7-2. Here he is on the ball now, just for a moment. And a swift challenge again there by Flynn. And now Durkan. Goal kick.
Yeah, this is slightly different to that final in Rome, Brian. If Big Ron had been on the gantry, he'd have had to go to health club for 3 weeks to get up here.
Yeah, a bit of a squeeze, aren't we?
That was tight.
Actually, the pitch I thought was cutting up a fair bit at the start, but it's not doing badly, is it?
It's so much better than we thought it was going to be, and even the areas they've turfed look like they're holding up well.
Here's Stamp coming for this one. Jones! Now, did he just catch him? Now, what's the referee given? The referee has given... There's a card for Stamp for diving, presumably. Actually, my feeling is that if I may be wrong when we look at the slow motion, my feeling is that Paul Jones might just have caught him. Well, you think not?
No, I think he thought he was going to do it. He just pulled out very clever there from the keeper, and I think Stamp's unlucky to get booked for it, Brian. But that's the way football's going now. You can kick someone and get away with it, but you can't have any of this diving or having a little argument or a little word with the referees, and that, I think in some ways that it's gone over the top that way. But Ellery's the best, there's no doubt about that.
Here's Bennett. Very sturdy, dependable man in the middle of the field. Cavaco. Marsden. Stockport's going to battle their way through to Wembley for the Coca-Cola Cup final. Come so far, but here's Beck in the red shirt of Middlesbrough. When we talk about Stockport's wonderful exploits, and they have been terrific this season, their defeats of Blackburn, of West Ham and of Southampton, Middlesbrough for their part can say, hey, don't forget us, we put out Newcastle and we put out Liverpool getting this far. This was the moment when Paul Jones came roaring out. Did he get a touch? No, he didn't. He actually pulled his hand away. So that was a truly excellent decision there by David Ellery. Beck looking to see who might be available. Emerson. Little touch. He wanted to get it back again, but the first touch wasn't quite good enough. But he's battling on, and in the end pushed away. Stamp shot there by Jones. And Hignet's right in there. Emerson's in there. And the blue shirts swarming around trying to get this ball away. Still with Emerson in the end. Gannon gets it away.
Well, a lovely bit of action there. Some great play from Emerson.
And here's Emerson again. Troubling here. Hignett tries a shot. Cannoned away again. Stamp, a good little ball played by him. And in the end, it was Todd who got it away before Ravanelli. But Middlesbrough now are getting up ahead of steam. Ravanelli with the corner. Ravanelli again. Curled in. Straight to the keeper.
Well, Paul Jones will be delighted with this save because it struck really well here, but he's got to make that save, and he does very, very well. Greasy ball, did the right thing, didn't try and catch it, Brian, knocked it out. Fleming.
Pulled the pitch, made a real problem for him there. Marsden makes more problems too as Kavaka goes in there, but this is going to be a free kick to Middlesbrough.
Yeah, you talk about all these stars for Middlesbrough, and there's no doubt when, I mean, Janino's not here tonight, he's playing for Brazil, but Emerson and Ravanelli, and they've got Festa now, and people like this. But in Mustoe and people like Fleming, they've got the other players that you need, Brian, to balance it out, and Pearson, and I think he's got a nice blend here, Brian Robson. I think they're unlucky to be down the bottom of the league. They don't deserve to be there.
Todd, Durkan, down the line. Festa gets there first. Mustoe, offside flag. Linesman there, or the referee's assistant nodding there, because Beck here was waving his hands and shaking his head saying I wasn't offside.
I always maintain it's very, very difficult for a linesman to watch the ball as it's being kicked and then look along the line at the same time. I mean, you're asking them to do the impossible.
Yes. Gannon with the free kick. Hit towards Armstrong and Angell. Good, strong challenging there by Robbie Mustoe. Did really well. Used all his strength to get that ball out of a difficult area just outside the box. Todd playing it forward again for Stockport towards Armstrong, and now Durkan. The little throw out, trying to release Hignett.
Schwartz has done excellent in the first 20 minutes, hasn't he? He's looked like he's been there all his life. I mean, he's only had little simple things to do, but he's done them so well. And you know, I think every club's looking for top-class goalkeepers because they are few and far between, and he could be a real bargain at the end of the season when you look at the price they paid for him.
Emerson beaten that time by Bennett. Now Durkan. This is a good cup tie, Kevin.
Excellent. Played at the pace that you don't always see even in the Premier League now, Brian, and that's what's catching Middlesbrough out at times at the back. But to be fair, the last 5 or 10 minutes, they've come into it and they've started to get into the other half and start to make little patterns, and once they do that, they're a formidable side. We found them very tough down at the Riverside in the 4th round. With Janino especially, who's not here tonight, running from deep, and the other two up front, Beck and Ravanelli, making great runs off him.
Flynn hitting it long. Fleming though, time to bring it down, play the short ball there to Festa. Beck knocking it back. Now Flynn carefully back to his keeper. Oh my goodness, that didn't miss Beck by much. Chris Marsden, he might have struggled to play last week. He'd got an injury that he was getting over. It's not of it. But here's Stamp now for Middlesbrough. Ravanelli, Beck's waiting in the middle. Here's Stamp again. Hignett's in there too now. So too is Jim Gannon. What about this for coolness? Marsden, and that too. They've got plenty about them, Stockport tonight.
When you've knocked 3 Premier League sides out, Brian, it gives you the confidence. You know, you lose that fear factor, which is so sometimes just holds you back. And they've knocked 3 Premier League sides out. You don't do that if you're not a good side.
Cox gets there first.
Thing that fascinates me a little bit about Middlesbrough is when Janino's missing like he is tonight, they don't really have any width, not natural width. They've got Hignett on one side, they've got Stamp on the other, and none of those are going to run at you and knock balls in or crosses in, so they've got to play through the middle, and that's where Emerson's so important. At the moment, he's done a couple of things with his strength, but he hasn't really been able to dictate in midfield like you maybe thought he would.
Ravanelli, Festa, quality player. Fleming, Flynn gets it away, only as far as Fleming. Emerson, Festa again, not so good from the Sardinian. Beck, Emerson. Cox. Ignitz tried to get that inside the fullback Lee Todd. Here in this neck of the woods next week as well, Manchester United against FC Porto down the road at Old Trafford. Next Wednesday, live on ITV, we start at 7:20. Manchester United, remember, that's the quarter-finals of the Champions League. That really should be a night. And of course, there's a preview of the Champions League on Saturday lunchtime at 1:10. Marsden. Durkan. Marsden again.
If this was a one-off game here tonight, Brian, you'd say that Stockport have got the perfect conditions for an upset. Obviously, because there's two legs, nothing will be decided finally here tonight. But certainly on this pitch, the way they've started off, they would be suited by a good surface because they do knock it around pretty nicely.
Very well, don't they? And you see, they drew at West Ham. They won at Southampton. So
and they won at Blackburn.
They won at Blackburn.
Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, playing away from home isn't going to frighten them exactly. Middlesbrough will, I fancy, be happy to come away here unscathed. This is Mustoe, once of Oxford United. Stamp, he's a local boy, Middlesbrough boy. Todd. It's a Stockport ball. Their 47th game of the season, no less. To Middlesbrough's 35th.
One of the things that's lovely to see here tonight, Brian, apart from a super atmosphere, is two teams playing in shirts that you can easily pick out. More like the old days, isn't it?
That's right.
Red and blue, you know, it used to always be none of these fancy kits out there. Not too bad anyway.
Tobacco deflected, yes, corner. So we played half an hour, 0-0. Flynn and Gannon are up there. Brett Angell will be in there somewhere. Well, that was Gannon's header.
If that's, you do feel that they can cause them trouble from corners, and actually Middlesbrough are well equipped to deal with them normally, with Vickers in there, but tonight a couple of times they've been out battled in the air, but nothing's come of it so far. I can't believe the size of this keeper, Schwartz. I never realised he was so big.
6'4", apparently.
Wow, he fills the goal as well, which is very important.
This is Durkan. Banged in a good cross there towards Brett Angell, and Armstrong banging it over. Goal kick. But that's how they work together. Angell and Armstrong didn't quite come off there, but a good long cross in by Durkan, well met by Angell, nodded down by him.
Got a terrible bounce line, but that's got to go down as a half chance without the bounce. But if you watch this is where they work. He pulls off Armstrong, great header from Angell, it just takes a bobble. Very unlucky.
Beck with the header. Stamp couldn't quite get there before Todd. Durkan playing it down the line for Angell.
He's into the joiners board there.
That's right.
But that's not the ball Brett Angell wants. I mean, it's all right for Alan Armstrong, but this was a lost cause. But he suddenly decides just to show him he's got a bit of strength, and poor old
pushing and shoving, yeah.
He's getting his hamburgers from the hamburger stand at the back of the goal.
He's done well here, hasn't he, Brett Angell? 18 goals this season in something like 35 appearances. Previously with Sunderland and with Everton, and didn't really quite make the mark there. Before that with Southend, where he certainly did. No, I don't think Emerson will get to that one. Not a good ball there by Ravanelli. Bennett, Ravanelli's after him. Hits Emerson with it. Now, who can Emerson hit with this? Plays it short for Ravanelli. And then Beck just caught offside.
This is the problem Middlesbrough are finding. Whenever they get into these positions, they have no width, as I said before, so they've got to play through the middle, and the middle is the worst part of the pitch. So Beck and Ravanelli are trying to get out wide, but they'll be happy to contain Stockport tonight. Such is the record they've got so far in this competition, and get back to the Riverside with, you know, a real chance then, obviously, playing at home.
Connolly.
Haven't seen much of Kaveco. I was quite looking forward to seeing him, but Fleming so far has probably been able to smother him.
His record's good. He played for Estoril last season in Portugal, and was their leading scorer with 15 goals.
Estoril to Stockport, it's just about like for like, Brian.
Yes, yes. Daniel Cox. Already a winner in this competition for Aston Villa during his days there. That was Stamp, and he's already been booked.
Don't call him Stamp for nothing.
No, exactly.
He got stuck in there. He was there to be one.
Yeah. Emerson hitting it long. Beck won't get to it, but keeper Jones will.
He's another one of these players who's on about Stamp. He's a genuine boy. I think it's there to be won, just a little bit late, but I don't think there's any malice in it, to be fair to him.
Gannon to Marsden, now to Todd, and now to Durkan, once of Wrexham. Armstrong, you see, they play it around nicely. A better service, they'd be encouraged to do it even more. Marsden shoved off the ball there by Emerson, but it gets the ball forward. They get it forward now to Armstrong. Now Bennett. Lost only 5 of their last 38, Stockport, but the last one they were beaten at Blackpool at the weekend, and Dave Jones, their manager, felt they really hadn't played at all well, and I think one of the two of them got quite a roasting. Marsden down for a moment, but he's up again. Beck, Hignett's made a little run. Emerson takes possession, looks to find Fleming on a good pitch. That would have been perfect, but it wasn't. And Armstrong is still down. Oh, Marsden rather. Marsden. Back to Connolly. Bennett. So he's just come back from injury too. He's not a real problem. Emerson just keeping it in play. Fleming saying, let's see what's available. Flipped on again towards Ravanelli. Couldn't control it. Bennett's there again for Stockport. Banked forward again by Fleen. Hignett. Emerson. Hignett again. Ravanelli. Marsden's on his feet. Beck's offside.
That's about the 4th, maybe 5th time Beck's got caught offside, and he's saying it's just a little bit too late for him, but he's just got to hold his runs. He's got pace. I'm interested in watching him. I mean, he played in the 2nd division in Germany. I think he's going to be ideally suited for English football.
Yes, Marsden in trouble. Yeah, talking about Beck, you were telling me before the start that that they haven't at the Riverside seen the best of him yet. You really quite fancy his chances. He used to play for Fortuna Cologne.
I don't think they've seen the best of him in terms of goals, but I think some of his hold-up play and his strength and picking out people and keeping possession of the ball, all the other important things that a forward's got to do, he does excellently. He could do with some goals on the end of his performances.
Yes. the first game you've seen, isn't it, since Newcastle?
Yeah, this is the first one. I came here last week.
We didn't have anything to show you then.
Yeah, it was this Marsden, you know, he's another one of those great left-footed players who finds time on the ball.
This, we think, was the injury. Challenge there with Robbie Mustoe. He's just caught.
This is one of the rules that I think's got to be changed, Brian. This walking off when you know he's going to come back on. I don't see the sense in it. I know what it was done for, but I think they'll have to review this one. It's just taking more. Well, it's wasting more time.
Well,
not allowing the game to flow.
He'll be on again any moment now, one presumes. They're waiting to bring him on now. Brett Angell looking to get a shot on target, but the ball comes and breaks for Beck. And now for Stamp. Now for Mustoe, who caused the Marsden injury. Neil Cox hitting it long. Going towards Beck, but Beck beaten quite clearly there by Gannon. Bennett playing it long. Angell chasing, but Fester's there for Middlesbrough. Emerson into the path of Stamp. Beck's got boot trouble at the moment. Stamp's got top trouble. So Marsden's back on again. Stockport at full strength. Now Emerson. Hignett. There's fine Ravanelli, gets it back to Hignett again. The blue shirts are swarming. Pearson's header. Cox hitting it long. This time Beck is onside. And Beck is onside! And the keeper just got a hand to it. But Beck hasn't finished yet! And neither has the keeper! Two great bits of goalkeeping there by Paul Jones, and some very opportunist play here by Mikkel Beck.
This is a great save, this. Great ball in from Cox. And he gets past, he looks like he's in, but he just manages to find half a yard. And then this shot, another great save.
Terrific bits of goalkeeping there, but now he faces the corner. Up wider this time. Goal kick. And that was terrific stuff. Paul Jones, 29 years old. As I say, former Wolves player. I thought for a moment Beck was past him, you know, that first time.
It's the sort of thing they work on in training all the time, goalkeepers, you know, and get back up again and get back. And it was a perfect demonstration in match situations why they do that sort of thing. His recovery was the most astounding thing.
Neil Cox with the throw. Ravanelli turns away from Todd and then plays a not very good ball for Curtis Fleming. Fester. Fleming. Beck. Clash of heads there between him and Sean Connolly. And Beck's down. Bennett. Angell. Fleming. Hignett. United, the Middlesbrough are putting a good move together now. Cox. Mustoe. Beck's up and okay again, just holding his head, but he's in action. Ravanelli. Towards Beck, in fact. Goal kick. So a little under 4 minutes of the first half remaining.
I think Brian Robson will be delighted with the way they've finished this half, because at the start, for the first 10-15 minutes, they were certainly under the cosh. I think he's done a great job at the Riverside. He's got the same problem I had at Newcastle, built up expectations so much that you almost become a victim of it, and I think he's done a great job. He's put them on the map, and people must appreciate that.
Still got to avoid that trap goal, hasn't he, out of the Premiership?
Of course.
I guess he would swap some of this success in both the Coca-Cola and the FA Cup for a few more points in the Premiership.
There's no doubt about that, but they deserve to be in the Premiership, Brian, because the chairman Gibson and Brian Robson have attracted players to the Riverside and give the fans so much pleasure. But the Premier League's tough, and they could end up winning 2 cups and going down. It's a possibility.
Keeper's ball quite comfortably. Ravanelli just offside. There was so little in it. He'd be prepared to argue the point and needn't have any doubts about that. Here's Marsden. Durkan.
Nothing complicated about Durkan, Brian. He just looks for half a yard of space, doesn't have to beat his man, and he tries to whip them in. And the earlier the ball, the better for Angell and Alan Armstrong in the middle, and the more difficult they are to defend.
And here's a guy with a good long throw, Mike Flynn. We've seen it once or twice already. Middlesbrough should be alive to it. My goodness, they could have been in trouble though. Flynn dinking the ball in again. Last couple of minutes of the first half now. Todd. There's Beck chesting it down. Emerson hit long. Ravanelli well offside.
Well, you've got to say, Brian, if you came off of a planet, didn't know the 2 teams, didn't know what standard they're playing, you would say it's a very even game. I know the pitch has played a little part in that, but credit to Stockport. They've battled when they've had to, but they've certainly played football when they've been able to as well. And it's a great credit to the division they're from, as I said before. They're 2 divisions below Middlesbrough. That's a big gulf, really.
It's conceivable they could be in the same division next year, I suppose. Marsden. Todd will come for this. It'll be a throw to Stockport. Stowe's header. Fester's clearance. High towards Ravanelli. Marsden. Oh, cut out by Hignett. And now Ravanelli. And now a chance for Middlesbrough. A chip by him. Just over. That was a great chance.
Oh, it was a chance, Brian. And when you see the man who's in possession here, who misses it, it's an even better chance because he is a good finisher. Does everything right, has a look up, but it just drifts wide with the wind, I think, more than anything. But a real chance, and one that the sort of chances have not been going in for him lately. Started the season off, couldn't stop scoring goals. Found them a little bit harder to come by of late.
Scored only 4 in the last 14. As Ravanelli, after that wonderful start that he had there, like 16 in the first 17 games for Brian Robson's side.
That's before he learned to speak English, Brian.
Could be.
He understands the coaching now. It's a big problem there.
Paul Jones hammers that one away. Fleming gets in first. Now Emerson. May have got the breeze at their backs. No, Todd cuts that out well. 6 seasons he's had here, lad from Hartlepool. Jones gets it away. Knocked back again by Fester. Gannon, Flynn, finding Connolly, but long by him. That's a good ball. Armstrong, and Armstrong has it charged down. And Pearson's clearance. Beck once again offside.
That'll be one of the things Brian Robson will be talking, especially to Beck, about. Ravanelli too, just what, you're going too early, you're getting caught offside. Every decision's been very close, but always gone against them. And they can't speak enough English to even have a go at the linesman, Brian. They're having a chinter at him, but nothing more.
You wave the arms, I like that. That's high into the stand.
Over the stand.
Not the ball, over the stand.
If this had been Scunthorpe, when I was a young lad, I'd have to go and find that, Brian. Used to miss half the game, which was a bonus because we weren't playing well that season.
Gone to the back of this stand, it would have gone into the reservoir, I think. So
it hit this stand, it might have knocked it over, Brian. It's a small art.
It's been a good first half. Ravanelli with a terrific chance to put Middlesbrough ahead just before half-time, but some excellent goalkeeping. That double save by Paul Jones was exceptional, and all through the first 45 minutes on his debut for Middlesbrough, Mark Schwarzer has done really well in the Middlesbrough goal. So, at half-time, it's still 0-0.
Dreamed of playing at Wembley? Well, Coca-Cola could make your dreams come true. To find out how, look for the Coca-Cola competition in this weekend's papers.
Wallasey, Ashton and now Bury all have the massive B&Q warehouse. What's in it for you? Thousands of building products, electrical, timber with a putting service, thousands of decorating products, tiling, paints, wallpaper, coving, kitchens, bathrooms, all on display. Thousands of gardening products. There's even a hothouse. And all with experienced tradesmen to give you free help and advice. With everything at low warehouse prices every day. The new B&Q warehouse. You've got to see it to believe it.
At Carpet World's biggest ever sale, you can save up to 50% on a fantastic range of top quality carpets. But hurry! Only a few days to go at the Carpet World sale.
At Northwest Water, we've been working with teachers in the community to create a network of education centres that'll help teach our children the importance of water in the environment. For further information, call 0645 543 210. Everything you expect and more for around 60 pence a day.
Inca, the new fragrance from Lynx. Basta che fili. Basta che fermi. And it's all worked out beautifully for Ginola.
Run the Memphis Blues.
That's what I call the VPP, the virtually perfect pub.
Wow. You know, I bet they drink Carling Black Label. Brewed 4.1%.
Well, I've got some pretty impressive statistics of my own.
It tickles.
Carling Black Label. Bottoms up, the best-selling beer in Britain.
Welcome back. It's a wet old windy night here at Edgeley Park, but our Coca-Cola Cup semi-final has gone ahead. The second division side, Stockport, doing pretty well. 0-0 the scoreline at the moment. Ron Atkinson and John Barnes, both of them League Cup winners of old. Ron, first 20 minutes or so, the second division side did well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did well, but I also think Middlesbrough did well, because that was the period of the time I expected Stockport to give Middlesbrough a battering. I expected a lot of corners, a lot of long throws, a lot of pressure in the box. That actually didn't come. Stockport, as you say, did okay, but they didn't really put Middlesbrough under a lot of pressure.
You thought Fester did particularly well.
Yeah, and I think that was the big reason. I thought he was magnificent. He cleaned things out. He was at the heart of every big attack that Stockport made. He seemed to nip off at the bud. And I think it's the first time I've seen him play in England, and I think he's had an excellent game.
Yeah, you went along with that, John, and you picked out the goalkeeper as well, Schwarzer as well. He did well.
It's got to be a difficult time for him, you know, after everything that's happened to him in such a short space of time. You know, this got upset written all over it. As you say, a wet, windy night in Stockport. Goalkeeper is under a lot of pressure. Everything's happened to him, but he's been competent.
He would appreciate this save that we're about to see because it came in from Tom Bennett, but it was a little deflected shot.
Yeah, I mean, deflections are always very difficult to deal with, but he's impressed me all night. Although they haven't worked him as much as they probably would have liked, he's done everything right. And this is a good shot which actually deflected, but he got his body behind it. If he spilled it, someone's there for a rebound. So he's been competent. I don't think they've really worked him that much, but they put a few crosses in which he's dealt with, a few dodgy back passes, and he's kicked well. So he's got to be happy with what he's done so far.
The next big moment, Ron, for us was we were going to say controversial refereeing decision. It was a magnificent decision by David Ellery, really.
Brilliant decision. We're at the exact diagonal to this, and I have to say my gut reaction was that's an out-and-out penalty. But then when you see it through again, you see how clearly that the goalkeeper Jones, and all credit, because I think goalies sometimes go loopy here and think they can clean people out. He hasn't. He's just at the last minute been a little bit careful, pulled his arm away. Stamp's taking a dive. Whether or not he should have been booked, that's another point.
I think he should, Ron, surely. I mean, that's ungentlemanly conduct, isn't it?
Well, I think he was stumbling anyway. He was on the move, and you as an ex-goalkeeper might just have been a little bit protective towards goalkeepers, but I think it was a little bit harsh myself.
OK, well, Stamp got up, and he was the one who had really brought Borough back into it in a way, their first big moment, John.
Yeah, he had an excellent shot here. Emerson did very well because he won the second ball, went in for another tackle, and the ball broke him, and he struck it really well. You know, okay, it's straight at the goalkeeper, but that's his first save he's had to make, and he dealt with it very well.
And then he followed it up even more, Paul Jones. He had a double save of really the highest quality, wasn't it, after that?
Yeah, just a long, hopeful ball by Cox. Beck does very well because he doesn't give up, and he actually tries to throw it past the keeper, and the keeper did very well to even get the first one. You know, you have to be very alert here. And as he's running back into his goal, Beck does excellently again to get another shot in, which was flying into the corner, and the keeper made a great save.
So suddenly, here am I saying Stockport have started well, Ron, but all the better chances, the best chances have fallen for Borough, and just before half-time, it's a big miss by Ravanelli.
It is. If I'd have been Robbo with 5 minutes left before half-time, I'd have been very happy the way they'd finished the half, no score, under no real pressure. They've missed two good chances in the last 5 minutes. That one and the one we've just seen earlier from Beck. When Hignett slides him through there, you know, I can't believe that Ravanelli hasn't gone on, taken it out of his feet and gone closer in on the keeper and slotted him. All right, he perhaps thought he could stand one over him, but I thought he passed the buck a little bit early there, you know.
OK, thanks for the moment. We've got some latest scores to give you because there's quite a lot of football on tonight. In the FA Cup, a fifth round tie at the moment at half-time, Derby County 2, Coventry City 2. The fifth round replay at Stamford Bridge, and it's goalless still between Chelsea and Leicester City. In the Premiership, Southampton 0, Wimbledon 0. In the Division 1 Nationwide League, Swindon Town 2, Birmingham City 1. Birmingham big trouble, aren't they, at the moment? And in the Scottish Cup, fourth round replays. At the moment, it's Celtic 2, Hibs 0, and Hamilton 0, Motherwell 1. OK, 45 minutes gone in this Coca-Cola Cup semi-final here at Edgeley Park. It's 0-0. We'll be back after a short break.
You will come. A prince will come.
Salute him! You will fall before him! You will listen to what he has to say! He will not be defeated! Hear the wise man, America!
You will not be defeated. Listen, America. Listen to the man.
You're too late! He's already here! He is here!
discriminated against because he's a victim of crime. He's discriminated against because he drives a powerful car. For an open-minded view of car insurance, call Swinton on 0800 600 700.
Who came with me when I bought my new glasses?
Mr. Reynolds.
And who said they'll look completely ridiculous on me?
Yes.
Well, you should have, because it's true. At the car, we're going shopping. Stop!
Oh, they're gorgeous. It's you.
What do you think?
I think they're wrong. You see, you've got strong cheekbones, so a curved frame would suit you better. These are more you. What do you think?
Perfect. Thank you, Janine. You've been wonderful.
I think you're wonderful too. My mum's got all your records, Mr. Humperdinck.
Dolland & Aitchison, where everyone gets star treatment.
If your idea of a typical estate car is something that resembles a wardrobe on wheels, take a look at the new Citroën Xandia Estate. And if you're wondering what it's like flat out, well, it's got all the capacity I need.
With all these BT price cuts going on, there's never been a better time to come back, especially since BT are offering 25% off all UK calls during May, June and July to anyone who reconnects to BT before March the 16th. And reconnection costs just £9.99. Is that right, Bernie?
That's right, Rory.
Amazing. Call 0800 400 405. It's good to talk! Rory? Rory?
You grim wriggler!
Well, this is Edgeley Park, Stockport. It's 0-0 in our Coca-Cola Cup semi-final. We can hear from the Stockport manager, Dave Jones. He's with Gary Newbon.
David, Middlesbrough had some chances in the last few minutes of that half, so what have you been concentrating on in your half-time chat?
We've just got to keep doing what we're doing. We need to close them down a little bit quicker and just cut out a few of the back passes, and I think we'll be all right.
What did you think of your performance?
I thought we've played well, and with a bit more luck we might have been in. I mean, I thought the keeper made a good save down to his right, but no, we've just got to keep it going and put them under a bit more pressure in certain areas.
OK, thank you.
Thank you, cheers.
Well, you're back here in the commentary box with me, Brian Moore, alongside me, Kevin Keegan. Looking forward to a very good second half. Incidentally, you were saying just the Ravanelli miss just before half-time. You didn't entirely agree with Ron. You felt that maybe chipping the keeper was the best option for him.
Well, on a pitch like this, yeah, I can see why Ron said that, because obviously when you miss a chance, you always think the other option would be better. But I thought he did everything right. The thing that caught him out more than anything was this swirly wind, which is blowing right across, and he just drifted it wide. But of course, Ron's got to be right because he missed. But I felt I would have done the same thing, but I would have chipped it for the middle of the goal and probably put it straight in the goalkeeper's hands.
David Ellery. A lot of credit to him tonight. He's handled the game superbly, but certainly was a difficult couple of hours before he declared the pitch fit. And as you can see, that was exactly the right decision. He said, I also have to pray very hard there's no more rain. Well, his prayers have worked. Emerson with the free kick then for Middlesbrough. To Brett Angell. This is Sean Connolly. Well, Cavaco might. I think the Middlesbrough defenders have given that up as lost. Well, it very nearly was reachable there by Cavaco. This is a great little club, Stockport, I must say. Everybody's been extremely hospitable. They do a lot of very good community work here. They aim particularly at the children in the area, and you really get the feeling, Kevin, don't you? This is a bustling, up-and-coming club.
This is the way the little clubs have got to be, Brian. They've got to be a bit more involved. The big clubs now, they're massive financial.
Now Armstrong. Okay. Sorry.
That was half a chance, that, and you know, he's not blessed with tremendous pace, Alan Armstrong. What he has got is strength, and this is a great little ball over the top. And you watch, he can battle, and he's got strength. Look, he outstrengths Vesta here very well, but he's never going to get it on target from that angle. What I was saying, Brian, was that they work a bit out at half-time. You know, people coming round giving sweets to the kids. A lot of kids here tonight watching this Coca-Cola Cup tie. And I think some of the big clubs could learn a lesson from the Stockport still. You know, yeah, we've got to turn over money. We've got to make money. You know, there's all these floats going on. But don't forget also the little things that are so important to the kids.
Well, here's something that might be a big thing for Stockport as Marsden takes his free kick. But once again, Festa, who, as the lads were saying, had a terrific first half, was the man who got the header in. Ravanelli playing it short. Musto getting caught out there. And Bennett downed. It'll be a free kick. So just as they did in the first half, Stockport swarming around this Middlesbrough penalty area at the start of the second half. I think it's Durkan who's lining up the free kick, which he has, but straight into the arms of Schwarzer.
Well, like they said at half-time, he hasn't really been tested, but everything he's done, he's looked firmly in control. I mean, you wouldn't expect this to beat him, but he's still got to get behind it, and that's a lovely little catch to get your confidence going at the start of the second half.
Emerson flicking it on. Flynn getting there first. Here's Armstrong. Up to Brett Angell. Knocking it wide for Durkan. Angell's got into the box there. Bennett's in the box as well there. But once again, Festa was there for Middlesbrough. Marsden cut out by Cox. Up to Ravanelli. This is Stamp. Musto, Emerson, Fleming, picking it down the left-hand side. Now Craig Hignett to Ravanelli, gets it back to Emerson, knocks it down for Musto, played wide for Cox. Stamp. He's tricked his man this time, and he gets his cross in. But once again, Mike Flynn is there. Bennett. Marsden. Nicely guided into the path of Connolly. Cavaco's outside him. Brett Angell's inside. Bennett's up for support, so too is Marsden. Gannon. Angell. This is up to Armstrong. Curled there towards Durkan on the far side, and Cox did exactly the right thing under a lot of pressure as Durkan came in on him and provides Stockport County with another corner.
Great little turn and ball in from Alan Armstrong, and I tell you, Cox dealt with it as well as he could on this pitch. Tremendous experience coming to the fore there for him.
Here comes the corner. Floated in low again, not a particularly good one, and Emerson having a second bite at it to bring it away with that strong run of his. Playing it up to Ravanelli. Stamp beaten though by Todd. Durkan down the line. And throw to Middlesbrough. Leo Cox, who was Middlesbrough's first £1 million player. Goodness, there've been a few since that. Marsden. Pearson. Stamp. Tobacco. Going very deep. Emerson stopped him. I guess they might have faced each other at some point in Portugal, mightn't they? Emerson with Porto, Tobacco with Estoril. Has my geography gone mad? No, that's right.
No, there's a fair chance they have, because they're both First Division sides or Premier League sides, whatever they call it over there. I mean, one thing for sure, as we said before, it's probably warmer last time they faced each other.
Oh, that was a good effort there by Armstrong. Actually, just slightly got the better of Pearson. And
it's
got
another
in his
big
shot.
long ball, Brian, that's caused them problems. The sort of ball you don't expect. And it's a great effort from Alan Armstrong. And again, Mark Schwarzer is proving already that he's competent and he's confident.
Beck brought down, free kick. Ravanelli looks as though he's lining up something here. Hignett and Emerson also behind it. It's Ravanelli's shot. It's deflected. Bennett. Todd. He's found Durkan. Todd and Stamper having quite a little squabble over there off the ball, and there's another one on the ball. Emerson is going to get a yellow card for this.
He's walking away. He's hoping the referee, but I know this referee, and we all do, and he's not going to get away with that, Brian. He's going to get booked.
So a yellow card for the Brazilian Emerson.
He just said to him there, he did one on the edge of the box first half, and he said, I'll let you off with that one because I gave you the benefit of the doubt, but you're in the book now.
Now a corner, or rather a free kick, which Durkan will take. Floated a long way in, the keeper. Oh, what good safe handling again.
He's having the sort of debut you dream about as a goalkeeper. You know, nothing too difficult, but everything in hand and everything clean. Confident.
I guess every Middlesbrough fan watching now is cursing you for saying that. Tempting Providence in that way. But here's Brett Angell now for Stockport.
I had half a Middlesbrough fan club building my house. Now they've finished it, I don't really care. But if they'd have been still on it, I would have been even nicer to him tonight.
Right, here's Chris Marsden. He's going to leave the throw, not unnaturally, for Mike Flynn, the captain, who hurls that good long ball into the Middlesbrough box. Here it comes. And knocked back by one of the Middlesbrough players, actually, and it was Curtis Fleming who finally got it clear. So now you come across to this side of the field to hurl another one in.
This is the sort of thing that tires you out, Brian. 80-yard runs to take throw-ins. Last thing you want now is this one to go out on the other side.
That's right. He's a gutsy player, Mike Flynn. Been around a bit, 28 years old now. Club captain. And there's that long throw again. This time straight into the arms of keeper Mark Schwarzer.
He's been outstanding tonight, Flynn at the back, hasn't he? You know, to say he's been in like Flynn might be a bit corny, but he's been there whenever he's been needed. And he looks like he's really enjoying this. I don't suppose he's played in that many big games, many much bigger than this. Chance to get to Wembley, and he's enjoying every minute of it.
Mind you, Stockport have made 1 or 2 trips to Wembley with playoffs and so on over the last 4 or 5 years, but this would be a big one. Just been informed that you're choosing man of the match tonight. So
well, David Ellery's playing well, isn't he? Well, there's a lot of players out there who are in contention, Brian, because it's been a very even game apart from the first 10-15 minutes. Everyone's doing what, I mean, Brett Angell, he's not the most mobile player, but then he's not tried to be. He's got hold of the ball, he's passed it. Alan Armstrong's been lively with him. And I think, like you said, Flynn has been excellent. Yes. And for Middlesbrough, I still think Emerson is the one who could turn the game. I just got that feeling. It's his sort of night, his sort of pitch.
Pearson's free kick. Todd playing it short. Marsden. Todd in the end getting it away to Brett Angell. But Middlesbrough will pounce on this one. Emerson maybe sensing this is the moment. Finding Musto. Oh, Stamp almost had that. It's just the slightest little error there. I think it was by Durkan, yes.
Yeah, he's very unlucky, Brian. That's the worst part of the pitch for me, just over there. And we've seen a couple of bobbles first half, and that one, the pitch just beat Stamp there. It took a little bit of a bobble and then bounced off him. But he's a genuine boy, isn't he? And he's got age on his side. He's going to get better.
Yes, he's still only 21, former England youth player. And as I was saying, he is a Middlesbrough boy. Ravanelli. Connolly. Caraco coming for this one. Emerson.
Game's been played in a good spirit, Brian, as well, hasn't it? We've had no silly fouls. We've had a couple of bookings that both Ron and myself, Ron said at half-time he thought were a bit harsh, so did I. And we've had the one over there for Emerson, which was good refereeing from Mr. Ellery because he'd let him off with the first one, but it's been played in the right spirit. And that's good to see, always.
Free kick to Stockport.
I think Stockport have got to put some more pace into this game, like they started the first half off. If they play at this pace that they've come out the second half, that will suit Middlesbrough.
That's a Stockport throw. And once again, Mike Flynn is forward. And they've never dealt comfortably tonight with these long throws of his. Here comes the latest. What? Except it slipped his hands. Well, blame me for that, Mike. Oh, good play there by Bennett. Excellent play by him. Picking up Marsden now. Knocking it into Durkan now. Marsden going through over the top. They do battle away well, Stockport. Southampton 0, Wimbledon 0 in the Premiership. Talking to Dave Jones, the Stockport manager, a week or so ago, and he was saying we're a bit like the RSPCA here. We bring in strays from all over the place, but the one thing that I insist upon is that the strays that we bring in have a bit of spirit and a bit of skill about them, and he's picked up players from all around the place and he's moulded them into a really good spirited side that plays good football.
That's what you've got to do, Brian, when you average attendance is 6, 7, 8,000. You can't do it any other way. And of course, Danny Bergara did a very, very good job here, getting some of the players like Alan Armstrong from me and Tony Dinnan, who's sub tonight, looking to bring in the right sort of youngsters who can come on, who've had a chance at a big club and maybe feel like they've got something to prove. And it's working for them, and good luck to them. It's lovely to see.
Durkan picked up a yellow card there. Emerson. Derisory shouts from the Stockport fans. Big smile from the Brazilian. So he's still at 0-0.
That was closer to the commentary box than it was the goal. And looking at that commentary box with the weight it's got in there, one good strike and the whole lot could come down.
Beck. Hignett. Back again. Taking on Connolly. Gets a good cross in there. But again, it's very well cut out. That time by Mike Flynn. Cavaco back to Connolly. Hignett beaten in the, or rather Armstrong beaten in the air by Fester. Cox. Clear throw. Taken quickly. They want to get it moving. Another throw for Stockport. Still 0-0. Half an hour to go. Certainly been dressing up for this one. There's Flynn's long throw again. Cox heading that away. Armstrong, good ball. Bennett with the cross played in. Oh my goodness.
Pearson did well there, didn't he, Brian? What a great throw he is. I mean, he's been injured for a long time. There was even talk of him maybe not playing again at one time. And here he is tonight in the back four, and I'm sure Brian Robson and the staff at Middlesbrough will be delighted to see him there. He's a calming influence.
Without Steve Vickers, of course, and Derek White, both injured. Central defenders. But here's Armstrong, a little clip of the boot there. Fester going for it. Or rather, Pearson going for it, and got a bang from Brett Angell. And that's another free kick. But a foul by Flynn.
Well, you can't do that now. I mean, you could do it when I played, at least a couple of times before the referee come up and said, hey, cut that out. But you cannot do this now. He's got to get booked. He can't complain.
So the free kick for Middlesbrough. Yes, there we are, confirming the booking of Mike Flynn. For a tackle from behind on Beck. Emerson's free kick. Todd's clearance. Marsden just shadowing the ball and shielding it so that he can get it to Durkan. Hit long now. Armstrong's after it. The keeper's out. And the flag is up for an offside. Probably against Mikkel Beck. Bennett. Marsden. Connolly playing it in, the dummy, but nobody there to buy it. $11,778, the attendance. It's their best of the season, and it generates receipts, believe it or not, of something approaching £180,000 they're going to make here tonight. So, well done, Stockport.
Well, I think the split, they have to give some of that to Middlesbrough, don't they, Brian? But they'll get another big payday at the Riverside. I think it goes something like 45, 45 and 10 somewhere else. But it's a tremendous atmosphere that they've created here. And you don't get this sort of atmosphere every day in the Premiership because of the size of the grounds.
And this is not an all-seater stadium, of course. All the Middlesbrough fans are standing up behind the Middlesbrough goal at the moment. Put in there by Bennett. Cavaco got a ball there, which he wasn't entitled to, really. Emerson brings it away. Beck, and now Emerson, and now the Brazilian really could charge up the field here. But Cavaco's after him. My goodness, he got short shrift from Emerson there as he tries to thread the ball through to Ravanelli. But Stockport keep them at bay and come back again, once again through Bennett.
Bennett's played well, Brian. He's got tidy feet, hasn't he? He's got plenty of confidence. He's not short on that stake.
And Marsden and Emerson getting in a tangle there.
Emerson's got to be careful, Brian.
Yeah,
he's been booked.
He's already had a yellow card, as you know. Yep. Bennett. Up it towards Durkan and Brett Angell. Gannon's final effort far too high. Gannon comes into those situations quite often. He's got his share of goals, 5 this season, centre back. But here's Hignett trying to get Ravanelli away again. Beck's gone into the middle. Stamps in the middle too. Well, in the end, the two Middlesbrough players totally got in each other's way, and what was an opportunity at the far post came to nothing.
Well, he's very unlucky, Beck. He probably got a shout, but it maybe was late. Stamp's going mad with him, but he's as brave and he's game if nothing else. This is a great ball from Ravanelli. Takes the keeper out of the play, and look, the two of them get in each other's way.
Could well be that Philip Stamp got a cut there. A throw at any rate to Stockport. This game is still wide open. First leg of the Coca-Cola semi-finals. Second leg to be played at the Riverside at Middlesbrough. Well, Fleming stretched out to get that away. Connolly. Cavaco. That's going to be a corner.
Just take something like that to get the crowd going, Brian, a corner or a free kick or a good tackle. And this is where they've looked like causing the most problems, either from long throws or corners. They're by no means route one side, but they have caused Middlesbrough some problems from these situations already.
A long, long one. 6'4". Mark Schwartz does really well, just as Beck is doing really well here. Difficult running the ball on this surface, and back comes Stockport again, knocking it wide to Durkan on the far side. Play on, good advantage played there. Tom Bennett taking it up now for Stockport once again. That time it was Robbie Mustoe right back. Todd, Marsden. Fester getting there that time for Middlesbrough. Cavaco again, sliding it in towards Brett Angell, but it'll be a throw now to Middlesbrough. Coming to the last 20 minutes. Still 0-0. Mustoe. Pitch is holding a little bit now in a funny way. What you could do with is a really good sharp shower of rain just to glisten it up again.
I don't think I want any more rain, Brian. Dear me. The one thing we don't need is any more rain. I sort of felt building up.
Oh, that's a great shot. Sorry, Kevin. That was a great shot on the turn. Good play by Hignett as well.
That was Hignett in a more central position. That's where he's stronger. He's not a wide man. He does a good job, but it's not his best position.
Emerson now for Middlesbrough, showing all his strength and pace, but not the finishing touch.
Emerson's right. He's complaining. He thinks this should be a corner, and I'm inclined to agree with him, Brian. I thought someone got a block on this. Here's his strength, and he's direct, and he's looking to take the last man on, in this case Gannon. And you watch this, I think it's a deflection.
Could well have been, yes. Armstrong. Cavaco chasing, Fleming going with him. It'll be a throw.
As I said before, Cavaco's been the one who's been a bit quiet, hasn't he, Brian? He's, you know, I've been looking forward to seeing him because he's done very well, scored goals here, but he's not really come out his side much, and Fleming's done a good job when it has, to be fair to Fleming.
Angell came off Hignett, falls for Marsden. Good play now by Todd. Durkan. That's a good long cross to Durkan. I thought for a moment Brett Angell was poised for that one, but it was Fester in the end. who put it away for another Stockport corner.
Great play this by Durkan. Doesn't do the simple thing that he's been doing all right. Tricks him. Great cross and great defending by Fester.
And Stockport now building up ahead of steam. Fist that time by the keeper. Connolly. Played in again. Whistle, pushing, free kick. Armstrong, Marsden, here's Cavaco chasing, and once again Fleming is right there with him, and again it's a Middlesbrough throw. Ignip winning it in the air, Musto doing well, Beck taking it on, Ravanelli. There's Cox in a lot of space down that right-hand side, and he does love to come marauding forward. But still, Stockport are holding on. Team from the second division holding the team from the Premiership. 0-0 in this. But now Beck. The flag has stayed down. It's still with Beck. And it's a goal for Middlesbrough.
Well, I'd like to see this again. Either someone stepped up and tried to play him offside, and he's not. It's a great run from Beck, but more important than that, he keeps his nerve and he finishes well under the keeper.
The player on the far side was keeping him onside. Linesman and referee 100% right. And
I would guess it's Todd, Brian, but look at the finish. It's just put him close to the keeper. As long as you miss the legs, it's very difficult for them to get there. But look at this composure. Takes his time, slides it under his legs.
Well, we got one or two fans from Middlesbrough on the field, but in good spirits, and now they've been shepherded behind by, there's no great problem, by the police and by the stewards. Mind you, I tell you this, that Stockport are very often at their most dangerous when they are behind. They were behind here, if memory serves me, to West Ham. They were certainly behind to Southampton, both home and away, and came back to proceed further in the Cup. Well, now Brian Robson will be aware that it's a long way from being over yet.
Yeah, they've got to show character again now, because they've, if anything, they've slightly edged the contest in terms of actual territorial advantage, but on chances, as Big Ron said at half-time, Middlesbrough have had the chances, and when you get people like Beck and Ravanelli getting in, you're surprised if they miss. Whereas with the great respect, Angell and Armstrong, for different reasons, you're not as surprised. They play at a different level, but they've got to show character, and they've done it before. There's no reason they can't again.
Connolly playing it forward now. Armstrong up there along with Brett Angell. Pearson got that away. Another long throw from Flynn. It's a great long throw, and Emerson forced to put that behind for a corner. Ravanelli's gone back to help out. It's important from Middlesbrough's point of view, they keep the boat afloat now for a little while. A header there, and the keeper saves, lets it go again, and that'll be another corner. The first semblance of a mistake that Schwartz has made.
If he's going to have problems, this keeper, Brian, it's going to be down low. He's such a big guy, and look, he just gets a bounce, but he's still very brave when he paws it away.
Well, that was hammered away. I think it was Pearson who hammered that one away with great delight. Marsden. Bennett. Fleming battling away. Marsden's coming across. Support though from Fleming.
There's Bennett again, showing lovely feet. He really has got great pair of feet, this guy.
Armstrong, and now Bennett. Here's Connolly. Fleming met that with a sure right foot. It'll be a throw to Stockport. Substitution being made by Stockport County. I think it looks like John Jeffers coming on.
They want to bring him on, but they don't want to fetch anybody off, Brian, at the moment. There's no number going on.
There might be a slight problem with that, I think.
I think it'll be the lad from Portugal. Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. It often happens, and Jeffers will play down the flank. Yes, John Jeffers coming on, and Durkan has moved to the right flank. Jeffers will operate down the left. Started his career at Liverpool, did John, and then moved on to Port Vale before he came here. Marsden jumping. Jeffers almost got a touch on that one. And of course it was in the game at Southampton when Andy Much came on as a sub and scored with his very first touch. I thought just for a moment Jeffers might equal that. Durkan now operating on this right side. Marsden, Connolly. Cox towards Ravanelli. Bad time for Trevor Francis and Birmingham City right now, losing 3-1 tonight at Swindon. Marsden. Armstrong chasing. Pearson with the throw now for Middlesbrough. No, he's going to leave it to Neil Cox. Flynn missed his kick. Beck's going through. Hignett's in here now. There's another chance for Middlesbrough. Ravanelli! Ravanelli! His amazing record of scoring in the Coca-Cola Cup. And that gives Middlesbrough a very comfortable cushion indeed. 7 goals in 4 Coca-Cola Cup ties before tonight. And now he makes it 8. That finish there.
Well, it's just strength here and battling from Mikkel Beck, and he gets a knock on, and you fancy Hignett to finish because he is a good finisher. Keeper does well. Ravanelli has 1 go, and he doesn't need, well, he does need a second, but he finishes it off and keeps up that incredible record. And now you're talking about mountains to climb here for Stockport, Brian.
So Ravanelli's 21st goal of the season. They've not come easy for him over the last few months. But here's Armstrong looking to make something now for Stockport. But Fester knew just too much for him. 10 minutes left, plus a little bit of time to be added. Well, the referee waited for the police to shepherd the jubilant Middlesbrough fans back behind the barriers. Jeffers on the far side for Stockport. Handball.
Well, Wembley won't be a strange place for him. Here's the goal again. Hignett looks up, does everything right. Keeper does tremendous. Ravanelli should finish, but then he does finish.
Yes.
Brian Robson, no stranger to Wembley, but as a manager it's something else. I only went there once, unfortunately got beat 4-0. I wish him a lot more luck than that, obviously, if he's going to go there.
Fleming playing it forward, Beck chasing. It's going to be so difficult for Stockport to overcome this sort of deficit at the Riverside, unless they can pull something back now in what? The 9 minutes plus that we have left. Jones hits it forward. Connolly nudging it on. Mustoe done a lot of good work in the middle of the field tonight, Mustoe. Just in front of his main defenders. Well played here by young Lee Todd. Getting caught up a little bit with Ravanelli there. Now, just keep your heads. Rather with Stamp, beg your pardon. And Emerson has already been booked. Free kick to Stockport. Flipped on by Armstrong. Here's Durkan. Bennett. Marsden played in again. Emerson meeting it. Bennett once more. Jeffers on this side now. Goal kick.
Surprising on a pitch that we thought would be so wet and a little bit puddeny. Nothing's pulled up on it.
No.
You know, a lot of balls that have been hit like that. You think, oh, they're gonna check and pull up, and they haven't. You know.
This is the Mikkel Beck goal again, and there's a player over there that does clearly play him onside. It's a good decision by the referee's assistant and the referee, and as Kevin said, an excellent piece of finishing by the young Dane. Ravanelli. Here's Durkan. Gets the better of Emerson and the better of Mustoe. Todd, who's had a good game for Stockport. Up forward again, this time to Armstrong. Jeffers. To the right foot, crossed in. And well, that's Todd, the defender who'd gone in there.
He has had a good game, this young man, I tell you. He's from Hartlepool, so that's not that far from Middlesbrough, like a local derby for him. And I tell you what, he has impressed me. He's found time on the ball, and even probably not the greatest header of the ball, as we saw there.
Here comes the corner, and it was Pearson who got a towering header away there. Marsden again, chipping it in once more, safe into the arms of Schwarzer that time. Well, two of the foreign imports brought by Brian Robson have provided the goals tonight that might well provide a passport for Wembley, although there's still plenty yet in this tie and in the one at Riverside. Beck and Ravanelli the scorers. Here's Cox. Up to Ravanelli. Stamp. Cox again.
Now there's the Middlesbrough fans, Brian, and they're enjoying this, and why not? Why not indeed?
Fleming. Beck. Emerson's up alongside him. It's 3 against 3 now, as Beck, Emerson and Ravanelli are up there. Now, what will Beck do? Well, a little too much is the answer. Flynn. And again it's Flynn. Brett Angell playing it on. Alan Armstrong. But Pearson knew too much for him there. And Schwarzer, the big Australian goalkeeper, getting it away. 5 minutes left.
Difficult one for Stockport now, because if they start throwing everything at Middlesbrough and they get another one, that is the tie dead. At 2, you've still got a chance. It's been done before in cup competitions. 2-0. It's not an impossible gap to make up, but you've got to say that Middlesbrough now, for all that investment, are going to get a trip to Wembley. It looks like it's on the cards, and that's the reward for people like Mr. Gibson, the chairman, and Brian Robson for bringing all these players, and that's nice to see it rewarded. It's a tremendous investment they've put into that club.
I've got to ask you in a moment, the man of the match, if just like to think of that for a minute or so, Kevin. Marsden. Jeffers on the far side. Jeffers again, free kick given and taken quickly. Angell didn't quite get on the end of it. Jeffers battling away. And in the end, there were 2, 4, 6, 7 Middlesbrough red shirts back in their own penalty area, making sure they conceded nothing at this late stage. Gannon playing it for Durkan. And again, simple save. At least he made it look very simple.
Wouldn't have been for me and you, but he's so big, isn't he? He gets a slight deflection, I think, but took the sting out of it. And probably going wide as well. But as such as his confidence, if it went near the corner flag, I think he'd save it, this guy, tonight. He's looked very, very useful, hasn't he?
Cross comes in, hammered away by Gannon. A dummy there by Armstrong, but Fester's not buying it, thank you. Oh, he hit Angell with it, but then the header came away straight to Jeffers. And he got 3 goes at it, and eventually finds the man he wants to find, Emerson, and then Emerson loses it. Fester again, chipping it forward, this time to Beck. And now Hignett. Stamp going up on the far side. Last couple of minutes of the game, plus time added on. Ravanelli. Jeffers. Here comes Stockport again. Bennett. Todd. Once again it's Bennett. Got Jeffers available. And Emerson collects. Stamp. And here's Emerson. Okay, let's talk about man of the match.
Well, I've really enjoyed the cup ties. First game I've watched since I came out of football. It's been a credit to all the players and to the referee for getting it on. Obviously, it should be a Middlesbrough player, but what the hell would they do with a Coca-Cola bike, Moro? So I'm going to give it to a Stockport player. I'm going to give it to young Tom Bennett, is it? Number 4?
Yep.
I think he's been excellent. He's showed some good touches. And I think, really and truthfully, he might need it to come to work on. I can't imagine Ravanelli or Beck coming to work on a Coca-Cola bike.
Tom Bennett then, the Stockport County number 4, named by Kevin Keegan as man of the match.
If they've got one spare Coca-Cola, they should send one to the referee, because I think he's been excellent. He's got the game on. It's been a good game. The game hasn't been affected by the conditions at all. In many ways, it's been made by them, the way the players have played and battled on it. So, David Ellery, I take my hat off to him. He needs a hat himself as well, by the looks of it.
But I tell you what, he's been on top of it. He's been on top of it from the very first, and indeed before the first whistle. His handling of the whole thing about getting the covers off at the right time and not panicking. But I think certain of the players actually wanted the game off when they first got here, some of the Middlesbrough players. But then they realised that in fact the pitch was playable. And a lot of credit to David Ellery tonight.
Well, you know, you can listen to players, and a lot of the time they talk sense, but you must never let them make decisions like games being on or off.
Emerson. Cut out by Gannon. Will there be a last chance? No, and man of the match plays it tamely wide, Tom Bennett.
Just when you vote him man of the match, you expect him to lash it in the top corner with his left foot.
But he's done well.
Yeah.
Born in Falkirk, played for Wolves and Villa. Made over 150 appearances for Wolverhampton Wanderers. So Schwarzer with the goal kick. Flynn wins it. Marsden knocks it back. Jones, you can be sure, will hammer it forward. Derby into the next round of the FA Cup with a 3-2 against Coventry. And Beck chasing. Flynn getting there first. Oh. Now wait a minute, that's a back pass. And in any case, surely the referee's got to do something about it if it doesn't. Well, that's extraordinary. That was the keeper picking up a back pass there.
It's amazing. I think Mr. Ellery tried to play advantage.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any, but, well.
Here comes Hignett. Stamp. He's tossed it away well there. He's got his cross in, but once again Flynn stuck out a long leg and got it clear. Emerson plays it in. There's the final whistle. Well, Brian Robson's side have taken one big step towards a Wembley final here tonight with this 2-0 victory over Stockport County, with Mikkel Beck getting the first one and Fabrizio Ravanelli getting the second one. This was the first one by Beck when people thought he was offside, but the linesman and referee were absolutely right. Good finishing there by the young Dane. And then terrific work here by Hignett. Good save, and Ravanelli needing 2 goes finally to put it into the back of the net. Well, a night of great atmosphere, a real gutsy cup tie here, and for once Stockport on the wrong end of the result. Stockport County 0, Middlesbrough 2 is the way it finishes.
Imagine traveling to your dream destination, anywhere in the world. Find a special Cadbury-winning pack, then let imagination take you there with the luxury of British Airways. Taste your dream with Cadbury.
Frank's collected loads of NBA player cards from multi-packs of Hoodaroots. I'm sure he won't miss a couple.
Boy! No!
Wrong again.
The Emerald Isle, the 40 Shades of Green, the land of milk and bacon.
You know, I got to be someplace in 2 hours. You think you'd have it poured by then?
Leprechauns, trout fishing, the Eurovision Song Contest, the Nolan sisters.
Bitter. He's not even conscious.
A land of authentic Irish beers like Holston O'Pills.
Hand-pulled. More like leg-pulled.
A cool, clean-tasting brew made from Kilkenny hops, Kerry barley, yeast from Killarney, and cool, clean Kildare water. Holston O'Pills, the true taste of Ireland.
And cut.
Import B camera. Can I get down now?
Yeah, good.
Are you sure it's him?
Yeah, it's definitely Gary Rhodes.
He's got his own cookery programme on telly.
My homemade chicken and leek pie. He's heard of our reputation for good food, Keith.
Right, well, I'll take this to his table personally then. There you go, Mr. Rhodes. I do hope you enjoy your meal. May I say what a big fan I am of yours? Enjoy. You're right. He must be famous. He's brought that Nigel Kennedy with him as well.
Oh, very nicely handled, Keith.
Greenalls, the sign of a great time.
What turns an apparently ordinary person into a murderer? Why do some of them kill again? And how do so many elude capture for so long? For the answers, read Murder in Mind. Discover the forces which turned a Gloucester home into a killing field. Unravel the events which led to a 5-year reign of terror in the north of England. Learn how a twisted fantasy drove a student to kill an innocent girl. Murder in Mind builds into a complete dossier of killers, their crimes, and their psychology. Murder in Mind. Out now.
The tallest, fastest roller coaster in the world is now open for weekends at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and all rides, including the big one, are just 50p.
Beauty. From the first time you use it. Organics Root Nourishing Shampoo.
What would you say to a Cadbury's mini roll?
Yummy! Cadbury's mini rolls.
Would you rather remain anonymous or choose a luxury sports saloon that provokes discussion?
Back in 1835, NPI started out helping a few people put something by for the future. Our reputation spread. Now, 160 years on, with assets of over £9 billion, pensions are still our speciality. Because at NPI, we think the fundamental things apply. As time goes by, you'll be glad you chose NPI.
Again from Edgeley Park. It's finished here 2-0 to Middlesbrough over Stockport. Let's hear from the two managers, Dave Jones of Stockport and Brian Robson.
Brian Robson, I know you'll hedge your bets because the second leg is still to come, but that's a wonderful position with Wembley in mind.
Yeah, it's a good result for us, but we had to battle really hard. I mean, Stockport went for it, and we knew they'd give us a tough game, and you know, all credit to them. I mean, they really did push us hard, and our lads had to be really good on the set plays and everything, keep the concentration, and they battled well. But like I said, Stockport pushed us all the way.
David Jones, your reaction to that result?
Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought we committed suicide for the first goal, and the second one I've got to have a look at because I thought he was going to blow for a free kick on the halfway line. But at the end of the day, it was bad to concede the second one, but we'll go up there and we'll give it a good go. I'm sure we will.
I'm sure you will. It is a lot to make up, though, David, up there.
Listen, 0-0 would have been a lot to make up, but no, I just felt that we committed suicide on the first one, and then of course you're chasing the game, and I just felt if we'd have kept it to the one, then you know we're still on a chance. We'll go up there and we'll give it our best shot.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Cheers.
We mustn't forget either that Stockport have already won away at Blackburn and at Southampton, but Ron Atkinson probably a little bit too much to do.
Yeah, I think Middlesbrough are very, very much in pole position, and they would have had to commit suicide to give this away.
They played it well, didn't they, Middlesbrough, really, John?
They did, because after the first 20 minutes, Middlesbrough really took control, and the longer the game went on, the more men Stockport committed forward. You could see Emerson and Beck started running from midfield, and you know they looked as if they could have got more goals.
Do you expect a little bit more sustained pressure from Stockport, Ron?
I did, and I think the only time it came actually was between the two goals. I think once Middlesbrough took the lead, Stockport had a spell, got a few corners, a few scrambles around the 6-yard box, couldn't quite connect with it, and then of course Middlesbrough got the break on them to give what I think is the clinching goal.
Okay. Thanks to the two of you for being with us. Just time to remind you that a week tonight we're going to be at Old Trafford for Manchester United versus Porto in the first leg of the quarter-final of the Champions League. It's a very, very special occasion, only on ITV. And there's a preview, by the way, of all 4 quarter-finals in our Champions League special on Saturday lunchtime. But tonight here at Edgeley Park, it's Middlesbrough who put themselves in a wonderful, wonderful position to reach a Wembley final, and that's thanks to being 2-0 winners over Stockport County. Brave Stockport, all set up by Mikkel Beck, sweetly taking opening goal here. It's Borough's night. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bye-bye.